Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, but here's the thing. You can't talk about XRP without talking about FTX because of the corruption at the SEC. But I want to start with this. Sam Bankman-Fried did a couple things inside of crypto. Number one, he brought politics directly into the crypto space through the money laundering from the Ukraine to the Democratic Party. We also all knew regulations were coming into crypto, but he fast-tracked that as well because regulations are going to come much quicker now. But he did one thing that's worse than all of it. Now, on the mainstream media news, all the talk is about crypto in a negative way. Any future retail investor that was looking to get into crypto most likely changed their mind because of what they're seeing all over TV. I know people outside of crypto that you talk to, now they think crypto is totally dead. And they think that FTX was a cryptocurrency. I have to actually tell them, listen, this was an exchange ran by one guy who was money laundering and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But the thing is, it's not good for crypto. As a crypto investor, I want to see crypto on mainstream media news, but in a positive way. This just brought more negativity. Next week, the New York Times, in partnership with World Economic Forum partner Accenture, is supposed to be hosting a live event with Sam Bankman-Fried. Sitting next to him will be Zelensky. How ironic is that? Zuckerberg and the U.S. Treasury's Janet Yellen. And this guy thought this was a joke. Ha ha ha, it's real. Just pulled this link up, and he's scheduled second to speak right after New York City Mayor Eric Adams. And there's the list of speakers. Sure enough, Sam Bankman-Fried, Janet Yellen, Zelensky, and Zuckerberg. And I wonder if FTX didn't crash and burn. I wonder what they would have talked about after the meetings. Breaking: CFTC likely to come under scrutiny amid the SBF FTX implosion. SBF hired several former CFTC officials to key roles in the company and pushed CFTC to become primary regulator of crypto, sources say. Story developing. Now, if the CFTC isn't going to regulate crypto moving forward, and we all know Gary Gensler is too incompetent to regulate crypto, who's going to regulate crypto? We'll have to wait and see. Sources say a GOP House means hearings into SBF FTX. One focus: SBF meeting with Gary Gensler to create a crypto exchange, and if he was given preference because of his ties to the Democratic Party. Also, why SEC Gov didn't see the FTX implosion coming. I believe Gary knew this could happen, but I also believe he thinks that he probably thought that FTX was too big to fail. Plus, look at the people that FTX was tied to. FTX SBF took a $370,000 PPP loan. Taxpayer money meant to help small businesses stay afloat went to a billionaire's crypto Ponzi in the Bahamas. This is disgusting. Let me tell you something. You go to work, you pay your taxes, and this is how they spend your taxpayer money. Crypto is about to take off very soon, making a lot of you very rich. If you live here in the US, you're going to pay capital gains taxes. This is how they handle your tax money. It is absolutely gross. And if this wouldn't have came out, we would have never knew about this. And this most likely goes on every single day. FTX executives borrow over $1 billion from Alameda. According to the just released court document, another $2.3 billion was loaned by Alameda to Paperbird Inc., which is also largely owned by SBF FTX. And their new CEO says, "Never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls." And we all know that FTX was destined to fail. I believe it failed at the right time, though. I still believe the World Economic Forum leaked information to take down SBF and FTX in order to usher in regulations that are going to lead to a CBDC. Little late for this after all his Democratic donations. Elizabeth Warren and Dick Durbin call for SBF and FTX to hand over copies of balance sheets, transfers to Alameda, and terms of bailouts. Now, I keep seeing on crypto Twitter as well that people want a bailout for Sam Bankman-Fried. Are you kidding me? This guy needs to go to jail. You want to bail somebody out? Bail out the retail investor for once. The guy who goes to work, invests some money in crypto, hoping to get rich or financial freedom in the future, and he ends up broke. Bail him out for once. Gabe Bankman-Fried, head of Guarding Against Pandemics and the brother of Sam Bankman-Fried, launched a huge ad buy in 2021 to support a $30 billion increase in federal pandemic prevention funding. Now, this guy I believe we'll hear more about because of this. SBF blew up, and now we're going to have another pandemic. FTX collapse dooms founders' effort to prevent another pandemic. Flush with crypto cash, Sam Bankman-Fried spent tens of millions of dollars on campaign donations and projects intended to bolster public health and track emerging viruses. Now, some newspapers are painting this guy out to be a hero. He was a good person. He was trying to prevent future pandemics. But we know better. This guy was not a good person in any way and needs to go to jail. I'll say it again. Just in, FTX customer funds were used to buy homes for employees and advisors in the Bahamas, FTX new CEO John Ray. Those homes need to be sold, and the money needs to be split across a class action lawsuit. We just learned in the last couple of days that Sam Bankman-Fried, the chief executive of FTX, led a team of advisors into the Biden White House in May and met for several days with advisors at the White House, said Diamond. So what were those meetings about? Most likely the money laundering through the Ukraine. House GOP launches investigation into Joe Biden's business deals, the post-millennial, and they should be looking at him as well. Look into him deep and find out exactly what happened with all of that money and FTX. XRP was around before Ethereum and still relevant, the first non-POW blockchain, and used to be number 2 to Bitcoin until the SEC gave Ethereum a free pass and decided to go after Ripple. Ethereum Gate is going to rock a lot of investors. Heavy collusion with SEC just like FTX. And at some point, that's going to come out as well. But the thing is, it's such a double standard. Here's Ripple going in, being fully transparent, and all these shady businesses seem to get a free pass, like FTX. SEC versus Ripple settlement should be imminent, 1 to 2 weeks estimate. The situation with FTX is resulting in more desperate need for SEC to close the books, hide the past, and reassign resources. Ripple is now a distant memory to them. FTX is pushing SEC to the brink. I said it in a video yesterday. All of Gary's skeletons are falling out of the closet. And I believe the last thing they're thinking about right now is Ripple. Hopefully we get a settlement out of this. That would be great. Jim Cramer, dude, you're so uneducated and should retire. Ripple puts out a quarterly report that discusses XRP uses since 2017. You're embarrassing yourself, man. Do research before you do FUD. Your SEC pal Gary met with FTX, SBF, and a whistleblower went to the SEC. Your bot, Jim Cramer, compares XRP to Enron. Is this guy even serious at this point? And he's always wrong anyway. Whenever he says to get your money out of crypto, that's when you want to go all in on crypto. Ripple, zero debt, $1 billion in cash, fully transparent, only company that gets attacked by the SEC. It's obvious by now that this is all a show, and if you can't see that, then too bad for you. The outcome is already known. All you have to do is sit back and let it play out. I say that in almost every video. All you have to do, invest in the right cryptocurrencies, sit back, be patient, and wait, and you will get rich. That's all it comes down to if you invest in the right cryptocurrencies, such as XRP, and all of that utility and on-demand liquidity. XRP still the fourth largest Ripple amid lawsuit, FUD, negativity, hate, misunderstandings, jealousy, you name it, Hodl. And the more people hate XRP, the more I love it. And the thing is, Bitcoin maxis are all coming out of the woodwork with the FUD right now. I think they're worried. I think they can see what's going to happen next. XRP is absolutely going to take off here at some point. I can't wait until this case settles so that FUD can finally end. The closer we get, the more FUD will come out. And that seems like a cycle inside of crypto. As soon as you start hearing more and more FUD, then you know we're about to go euphoric. That's when the euphoria sets in right after all the FUD. But the thing is, Sam Bankman-Fried did a lot of bad things for crypto. And moving forward, everything looks great for XRP holders. That's what it all comes down to. We know how corrupt the SEC is. We could see through the corruption. And I believe a settlement is definitely coming. I'm sure Gary does not care what happens with Ripple right now because he's in a much bigger mess. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.